What's going on, people? My name is Don Tarocco. This is Geek Hotfix, and I have a question for you. What was your favorite cartoon when you were growing up? For me, there was like different stuff. Like I got Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, I got Transformers, obviously Thundercats, Silverhawks, but then Disney comes with Gargoyles. And I freaking love it. So Gargoyles is this story about gargoyles that come to life. And I actually have a really good question for Disney. Why haven't we seen a live action version of Gargoyles? So Gargoyles comes out, right? It's an amazing show. It's geared towards teens, right? You got like your Batman animated, your Superman animated, you got classics like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Thundercats, Silverhawks, and then they come out with Gargoyles. Freaking gargoyles, like they come to life at night. So one thing, never had a toy. Never had a gargoyles toy. I wish I had it, but never had a toy. So we're gonna fix that today because we're 3D printing and painting one right now. And I'm gonna show you the whole thing. Let's go! So we start by taking off all the supports on all the parts. Then we do the wash and the curing with the UV light. Then after that, we prime them. I use like a Dispayer or Dispayer, however you call it, wash-free airbrush. It's really convenient. I get all the parts and all of the parts get primed. After that, we're gonna start with the nutmeg, right? That's what I wanted to do. Because you know it's brown and whatnot because of bricks, but I didn't like it, so I went with the Zygo Brown to cover it. It covers really well. Zygo Brown is a really good paint to use to cover if you make mistakes. So Zygo Brown is kind of like either you use it at the beginning or at the end, right? You either use it at the beginning to set it up, or use it at the end to fix stuff, right? So we covered the whole thing with Zygo Brown. And we then go with brown oxide. This is just an acrylic paint I got from Walmart, 59 cents. And we're gonna do a dry brush. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do the pillars because I think that's how they will build it. They will build pillars first and then add the bricks after, kind of like building like a fence. You will put the posts and then you put the picket fences, right? Like the planks, right? So I decided to paint the pillars this color, the brown oxide, right? Because it kind of like made sense. I don't know, like it made sense in my head. So I don't care. It makes sense in my head that they will do it that way, right? I don't know. I'm not like an architect, and I didn't build castles. So now we're gonna switch to the nutmeg brown again, right? And now we're gonna dry brush it on all those bricks, right? Because they look like better that way, right? And separated from the other brown. The thing with nutmeg is that when you dry it, it changes color. So whatever you see, like I dried it and it changed color. It looks like an actual mud, right? And then I'll go with white, and we also do a dry brush with white, and it picks up all those little details that we're just covering with paint, especially when you get to the part of the rocks. So right there, like you see like all those details that it picks up. Like dry brushing white and silver and gray, it's always super good because it brings out more details on the actual design. And this part I actually printed on the FDM printer. Right now I'm gonna do rust brown wash, and I start with the airbrush to do it because I was gonna hit it in a couple of places. I didn't want to hit the whole thing with it. So you know, I actually kind of like didn't like how the airbrush rust was gonna be looking, so I kind of like did something different. So I grabbed the brush and I did it by hand. So as you can see right now, I'm just doing it by hand. I'm just adding the rust kind of like aging the pillars, aging the bricks. And then I went with that olive green wash. And again, I used it kind of like it's like moss, right? Like Gaia is taking over, like Mother Nature is taking over, and it's growing in between this. So it's kind of like green moss running in, like growing in the rocks and in between the bricks, because it's an old statue. It's an old castle, right? So I'm doing it that way because I mean, I like it. I like it. It makes sense in my head, and it made sense. So now I went back with the white just to pick up some of the details that I lost with all this wash, like the rust brown wash and the olive green wash. So I came back, and this is the best thing about painting this stuff, is that it's layers upon layers. You can always come back, fix it. If you mess it, you can come back and fix it, right? And that's why I love it, painting it this way, just layers by layers, and you'll get your stuff. So now we're gonna move to the piece, but I want to like glue this because I don't want the arms to be a different shade than the body. And since we're gonna be layering different colors, I didn't want them to not match. So I glued the arms together to the upper piece, and then we're gonna go and start priming with the white primer paint. But the way I'm doing it is from an angle, from the top. I'm just getting the highlights from the top, thinking about if there's a light on top of the figure, that's how it will hit it, right? So, and then you'll see here in a second that I do it. I do the second step. It's kind of like the opposite. We make sure that all the pieces get this white primer paint highlight, right? Even the wings, even though the wings are gonna be dark and in the bag and no one's gonna look at them, we still do it. So now with the red, we come from the bottom, right? We're gonna catch the shadows. We just wanna catch shadows. So we use the red on, again, all the pieces, including the wings. Even though we're gonna paint them darker colors, it don't matter, it still helps. So now we're gonna go with the Magus purple, and we're gonna airbrush it. And I thought this is it. This is it. After this, it's gonna be done, right? It's gonna be an easy paint job. Everything is the same color, whatnot, right? I was kidding myself. It didn't work that way. But with the Magus purple, we covered a lot of ground. We covered a lot of ground. It set up a great base for the colors. Now I'm gonna go with the Exerius purple, and we're gonna dry brush it. And I think, oh my God, it's purple. Finally, it's purple because his character is purple. Let's keep it purple. And this is gonna be awesome because I don't have to like work around this purple. Let me get everything purple. It matches the other ones. So this is gonna be awesome. Actually, it was too dark and I didn't like it. So off camera, I went back with a white wash and I like lighted it up, right? Like lightened it up. So it's kind of like more white, and you'll see it here when I'm trying to paint the claws, right? You see that the piece is lighter than that last purple. It's just that I hit it again with the white wash. Sorry, a white dry brush. And I brought up a little bit more highlight and a little bit more lighter color to the statue. Now with the black, we get the hair, we get the claws, we get those things in the back, we get the claws on the wings, right? And then after that, we're gonna do the administrative gray, which I use for teeth, right? I don't use deck 10 because I can't find deck 10. And this is kind of like the same, but it's not actually the same. So if you know a Citadel paint that it's as close as deck 10 as possible, please shout it out. Please comment about it. That way I know which one I need to buy. So after that, I just get the white, get some highlights on the claws. I go back with serious purple, but this one is dry brush on the hair to get the highlights on that part. And yes, like we're almost done. Like this piece, it looks like it was super easy, but it wasn't. It was a lot of work. Then we go back with the nutmeg, and I mix it a little bit. For this is like little part that he has on the arms, kind of like bone like, which later on I switched because I didn't like this color. I really didn't like this color. Went back with the black, and now we're hitting the wings. The wings are like almost all black, right? So, but the red and the white still helps with the shadows and the highlights. Then the inside of the wings, I use this acrylic blue that I got from the Dollar General or it was the Dollar Tree. And but when you dry it, it gets it's not as bright as it looks when it gets painted. So I did 2 coats of it, dried it up, hit it back with the purple to make sure that it's all like one shade pretty much. We hit the base with some clear acrylic spray, right? Just to have it almost ready for the figure. And now we're gonna touch it up a little bit in some of the areas because I missed on some of the stuff. And now we're gonna glue it. This glue I bought at, again, the Dollar Tree. It was like a 2-pack for $1 something. Then we glue everything. The pants, I didn't show me painting it, but it was like really straightforward. Just the brown, the black, Sigor brown, and then the silver. And now, since I didn't like that part, I'm gonna use the Gal Vorbak red, and I'm gonna paint these parts a little bit darker. And we're almost calling it a day. Now we put it in the part, and now again, the whole thing gets clear acrylic gloss, and pretty much we're done. This piece, even though that it was like a learning experience again, I did the thing and I thought that it was gonna be easy because it was only like the one color, just like this one. Most of it is one color, but just the shading, it was like maybe 4 or 5 different coats of different colors to get to that purple color that I wanted, right? And I even still had to go back with a white dry brush to get to it, right? I love how the base came out. I really love how the base came out. It looks worn, it looks old, it looks like it has its highlights, its shadows, it's rusted, it's mossy, right? And then I love how the wings on the purple part, it has a like little bit of shade of blue around it, making it kind of like translucent, even though it's not translucent. I could have done it that way. Now that I think about it, I could have done translucent blue and then painted the whole thing on top of it. But I think that it came out really well. I love this piece. I hope you enjoy the video. Please like, share, and follow if you want. I also have an Etsy store. It's Dr. Uncle Collectibles.etsy.com. If you go in there, some of these pieces are gonna be for sale. Not all of them, because some of them I make for myself, for my shelf, but some of them will be on sale. So if you wanna check it out and support me that way, you can do it. Also, you can support me by sharing the video, liking the video, and it would be awesome if you could do that, because like it will help the algorithm just by sharing, and I will love it. So thank you very much for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed it. My name is Dr. Uncle, and this was Geek Hot Fix. Let's see you on the next one.